37 left in the second quarter. Didn't score again the rest of the game. It marks the first time in his playoff career that he went scoreless in an entire half. Stephen A., here's what I want to know. Was game 2 more about Cat or Cade?
Well, to me, it was about Cat. I mean, Cade is special. There's no question about that. Give him credit where credit is due. This brother is a burgeoning star in this league. He is special, no doubt about that. Not taking anything away from him. But you look at the Knicks offense, it was relatively anemic. They missed their last 4 shots in the last 46 seconds of the game. They scored less than 20 points in 2 of the 4 quarters. In the first and the third quarter, they only scored 18. All right, and then on top of it all, you got Karl Anthony Towns. This is an all-star. This is a dude that was averaging 24 and 12 this season. One of the things we raved about it, even as we lamented the fact that the New York Knicks aren't as rough and tumble as they were last year, we knew that they had more talent and they had more offense because Karl Anthony Towns has been playing like an all-star. Now the playoffs come against the Detroit Pistons, who ain't the Cleveland Cavaliers, who ain't the Boston Celtics, the 2 prohibitive favorites in the Eastern Conference, and you go scoreless in the second half. You only attempt 3 shots. What the hell was going on? So I get where Tom Thibodeau was coming from in terms of free throws or whatever. That's coaching. That's him complaining about it, working the refs, talking about he doesn't care as long as it's consistent. That's not true. Tom Thibodeau is always looking for something to complain about. You see his expression in his face on the sideline, and I'm not throwing any shade on him. I'm not acting like that's a bad thing. I get the fact that that's just the way you do it, especially when you're an effective coach. But in the end, the biggest story is that Karl Anthony Towns was absolutely impotent offensively. He just didn't. He was a no-show, had no presence whatsoever, and I certainly did not expect that, guys.
Marcus?
I disagree with you, Stephen A. I think it was more about
hell of a take,
because you talk about what
Marcus?
I thought it was Stephen A. I disagree with you. I think it was more about Cade Cunningham because I believe they won game 1 had Cade Cunningham played like this. Because you think about it, they got 19 points in the first quarter from in the first game from Tim Hardaway Jr. He got cardio in last night. He gave them nothing. So you talk about what Cat didn't do. What about what Tim Hardaway didn't do? And so Cade was sensational down the stretch. Every big play that they needed to make, every big pass they needed to make, he made that, yes. But Stephen A., we know there are times that in the postseason that Cat will drift. He'll fall in love with the three-point shot. He doesn't go. He has a decided advantage, especially when Derwin goes out of the ball game. He has Tobias Harris guarding him. He should be down, spend more time on the block as opposed around the perimeter. But I thought Cade Cunningham last night was the difference maker. He played great. He was efficient. Look, they made him a scorer. And he says, okay, y'all want to make me a scorer? I'll oblige you, and I'll go get my points, be it through the shoot the three, I'll get mid-range, I'll drive the ball, you foul me, I'll go to the free throw line and make my shot. But I thought this game last night was more about Cade Cunningham than Cat, although Cat didn't give you anything in the second half. Tim Hardaway didn't give you anything the entire game. Tim Hardaway Jr., excuse me.
And Shannon, I like the comparison, but we're talking about Tim Hardaway and we're talking about Cat. All right, Tim Hardaway is a great role player. Cat is a superstar, and he's playing in the Garden. He's playing in the Mecca. He has to force his way in the games. There's no, let's see how this goes, let's play soft. No, you have to force your way in the game. Jalen Brunson is trying to carry this team. He needs the other guy to step up, and that's Cat. Listen, they are playing Tobias Harris on him. I'm going down low every time. I'm going to make them call a foul. I'm going to make sure I'm in this game. This is New York. This is the Garden. They need Cat to play well and play forceful. Get on the glass, even if you're not making shots. Foul somebody. Take an offensive foul. Listen, get the crowd involved. But Karl Anthony Towns have to play well. Like 10, 11 points, that's not even acceptable. 11 shots is not acceptable. He has to play meaner. He has to play a little bit dirty, and he has to get himself to the line. I understand what Tibbs is saying about the foul call, but make him call fouls.
Stephen A.?
That's right. We're talking about the grit. We're talking about the grit. What? Go ahead, Shannon. Go ahead.
Stephen A., what I wanted to say, we was on here last year, and we was talking about Cat doing what again in the Dallas series. What did you lament, Stephen A.? You said, Cat, get your big 7 foot self down on the block and punish them. Stop shooting all those threes. So we're acting like this is not who he is, Marcus. This is who Cat is. He loves to play around the perimeter. What is his claim to fame? What does he like to say? I'm the greatest shooting big man in NBA history. He didn't say nothing about big man. He said shooting, and he doesn't mean in the paint. Go ahead, Stephen A.
But Shannon, here's the point that you're missing. Last year, we were lamenting him shooting jump shots instead of getting in the post. Last night, we're lamenting him not shooting at all. Wait a minute. I mean, you got to shoot. You take 3 shot attempts in the second half. You go scoreless in the second half at the Garden against a young up-and-coming Detroit Pistons team. This wasn't the reigning defending champion Boston Celtics he was going up against. This wasn't some experienced bunch that figures out a way schematically to neutralize him. This is, and we know Bickerstaff can coach. He's my coach of the year. But the point is, we expected more from him. You got to make attempts. Mikal Bridges was off. We're looking for him. He's got a wide open shot at the end that he can't convert. Fine. You know what? You got to find a way to be aggressive to help out Jalen Brunson. You can't have Brunson out there holding it down by his damn self offensively. You're Karl Anthony Towns. You can ball. If nothing else, you could put up some points. Do that. Because if you ain't doing that, you literally serve no purpose. Because when you look at what they had with Hartenstein, when you look at what they had with the rest of the crew, how rough and rugged they were last year, it was about will and guts that propelled them to a Game 7 of an Eastern Conference semifinals. They don't get a whole bunch of injuries. They're in the conference finals against Boston last year instead of Indiana. But that ain't how it worked out. And then Julius Randle's out, DiVincenzo is gone, Hartenstein is gone, and you replace it with Mikal Bridges and Karl Anthony Towns. You Karl Anthony Towns, you've been playing like an all-star all year. You can't pick the playoffs to do a no-show in the second half. You got to be aggressive.
Marcus, final word here.
And that was my point, Shay. Like, yes, he is a great shooting big. He has the advantage. They're playing smaller guys on him. He has to go down low. That's just an adjustment of being a great player. If he's an all-star, he understands where he needs to be in this game. And they out-rebounded by 14. That has nothing to do with shots. Right, that has nothing to do with getting shot attempts. He has to play harder. He has to play meaner, and they have to get more from Karl Anthony Towns to even not get this to go to 7.
All right, gentlemen, more on this series later, but we got to keep it moving here because other playoff games to get into. Kawhi Leonard scored 39 points of 15 of 9.
Vòng và hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là vòng cổ, mọi người ơi, đây tiêu đề của mình là vòng chân. Bây giờ mình bắt đầu làm nhé. Thôi, đang quay từ từ nhóm người nhỉ.
Thế nào mà trắng trắng chân thì thôi, hay là cái góc cổ xấu nhìn nó thế mà bảo thì mình mặt nó đang trắng trắng xì để nhìn chân nó cứ đen đen.
Ô cái máy kia chưa bấm được. Ta thấy hình như cái mặt ta nó to hơn sao? Cái kiểu không ăn cái nhịp cái người nó nhẹ hẳn.